The Thrilling Adventure Hour was a staged production and podcast in the style of old-time radio that was held monthly at Largo, a Los Angeles nightclub located in the former Coronet Theater. The show ran from March 2005 to April 2015. Each episode featured 3 non-serialized segments as well as songs and commercials from fictional sponsors. The show was written by Ben Acker and Ben Blacker and directed by Aaron Ginsberg. The show's original songs were written by Acker and Blacker with the composer and band leader Andy Paley. History: the roots of the Thrilling Adventure Hour began in Blacker's living room where he and Acker held a reading of their film script for a space western called Sparks Nevada, Marshall on Mars. Struck by the quality of the performances, they decided to launch a stage show with a radio conceit, so that the performers had the luxury of holding scripts in their hands and minimal blocking. The conceit allowed Acker and Blacker to not impose too greatly on their actor friends, while maintaining a regular deadline for generating material, honing their craft and workshopping content in front of an audience. The Thrilling Adventure and Supernatural Suspense Hour began a 5-year run at M Bar in Hollywood in March 2005. The original Work Juice players were Dave Allen, Paget Brewster, Craig Kakowski, Mark Gagliardi, Mark Evan Jackson, Hal Lublin, Annie Savage and Paul F. Tompkins. In Episode 6, Eben Schletter performed live musical accompaniment. Schletter wrote the theme song to Sparks Nevada, Marshall on Mars. In Episode 7, the show was joined by Andy Paley. Acker and Blacker and Paley created musical content for the show. Paley arranged Schletter's Sparks Nevada theme and performed themes and songs with his Andy Paley Orchestra, which, at the time, consisted of Gillinda Palmer, Ben Jaffe, and Brittany Westover. In Episode 8, the show was joined by Joel Spence, a Foley artist and actor. Soon thereafter, Aaron Ginsberg joined as director. Shortly after that, Sam Levine, Danny Strong, and John DiMaggio joined the cast. Then James Urbaniak, John Ennis and Autumn Reeser. The band Common Rotation made a guest appearance in the show and played afterward. Common Rotation became a regular staple following the Thrilling Adventure Hour. Mark Evan Jackson hosted Common Rotation's segment, which featured songs performed by Common Rotation as well as Work Juice players and guest stars. The final performance of the Thrilling Adventure and Supernatural Suspense Hour at M Bar was in January 2010. In March 2010, the Thrilling Adventure Hour shortened its title and started its run at Largo at the Coronet where it continues. Beginning in January 2011, the Thrilling Adventure Hour began podcasting sketches from past performances. In January 2011, the cast took the show on the road for the first time and performed 2 shows at SF Sketchfest. In October 2011, the Thrilling Adventure Hour podcast joined the network of podcasts released by Chris Hardwick's Nerdist Industries. At SDCC 2014, Thrilling Adventure Hour performed a live crossover show with the cast of Welcome to Night Vale titled Thrilling Adventure Hour and Welcome to Night Vale Crossover, which was released for sale on Night Vale's Bandcamp and the iTunes Music Store on October 1, 2014. At New York Comic Con 2014 panel, it was announced that after 10 years of live monthly Thrilling Adventure Hour stage performances, the last such performance will be April 11, 2015. Also announced was that there will be 2 new monthly comics in the Sparks Nevada and Beyond Belief storylines, starting February 2015. The podcast will continue in the form of audio versions of the comic books. Recurring segments: most episodes include both Sparks Nevada and Beyond Belief. Normally Sparks Nevada begins a show and Beyond Belief ends the show. Sparks Nevada, Marshall on Mars equals Sparks Nevada is a space western set 1,000 years in the future. Mark Evan Jackson plays Sparks Nevada, the marshal who protects the Red Planet from the universe's robotic outlaws, alien invaders, and other galactic threats. And he's from Earth. Mark Gagliardi plays Sparks Nevada's trusty native Martian sidekick, Croach the Tracker. Busy Phillips plays the Red Plains Rider, a human raised by Martians who rides the Red Plains of Mars in vigilante fashion. Nathan Fillion plays Cactoid Jim, wild as a cactoid, mayor of Mars, king of the Martian frontier. Linda Cardellini plays Rebecca Rose Rushmore, a popular writer of space cowboy novels who has come to Mars from Earth to live the sort of adventures she had only written about. Josh Molina plays the barkeep of the Space Saloon. He does not want any trouble in his place. Jenny Wade plays Mercy Laredo, intergalactic bounty hunter and ex-girlfriend of Sparks Nevada from his Space Academy days. Molly Quinn plays Pimeli Stolwick, winner of Punishment Soccer and Sparks' deputy for a time, before becoming Marshal on the Moon. Craig Kakowski plays local yokel Felton. Beyond Belief Paul F. Tompkins and Paget Brewster play Frank and Sadie Doyle, a pair of fast-talking married mediums in the vein of Nick and Nora Charles. Although this pair of high society types would rather enjoy martinis and each other's company, Frank and Sadie usually end up solving paranormal mysteries. Other segments Episodes of the Thrilling Adventure Hour tend to include one of the following segments. The Algonquin 4 members of the Algonquin Round Table gain powers and fight evil. Amelia Earhart, fearless flyer a woman fights Nazis throughout history. Bicatino business a man sells office supplies and deteriorates. Cactoid Jim, king of the Martian frontier a hero from the past fights villains in the future. Captain Laserbeam a superhero protects his city with the help of children. The cross-time adventures of Colonel TikTok a gentleman mends the timeline in service of the Queen. Desdemona Hughes, diva detective Tinseltown's woman of 1,000 faces solves mysteries in the Hollywood of yesteryear. Down in Moonshine Holler a millionaire renounces his riches and disguises himself to win the love of the hobo princess. Jefferson Reed, Ace American a man and his friends fight Nazis in WWII. Jumbo the Elephant a Cuban elephant plays in an all-animal jazz combo and saves holidays. Tales from the Black Lagoon an actor is framed for murder in the Hollywood of 1954. Tales of the United Solar System Alliance a man commands a spaceship. His crew includes his family. War of Two Worlds a modern, satirical send-up of H. G. Wells' classic sci-fi tale performed as a crossover with Superego. Sponsors: Work Juice Coffee, Patriot Brand Cigarettes, Patriot Elites a line of cigarettes for the wealthy, Sweetie Pie Cakes. Podcasting: The Thrilling Adventure Hour began podcasting in January 2011. That same year, it became a member of the Nerdist Podcast Network. Additional releases: the fourth season DVD of Castle features video of 2 episodes guest starring people from the show a Sparks Nevada with Molly Quinn, and a Cactoid Jim with Nathan Fillion, as well as a behind-the-scenes documentary about the live show. A graphic novel featuring stories based on each segment was released in 2013, and a concert film recording of one performance was released in spring 2015. The Work Juice Players. The Work Juice Players is the formal collection of actors who routinely contribute to the Thrilling Adventure Hour. Notable guest stars: Andy Paley Orchestra. The Andy Paley Orchestra is the formal collection of musicians who play for the Thrilling Adventure Hour. References. External links: official website, Thrilling Adventure Hour on Twitter, Thrilling Adventure Hour on TUMBLR, Thrilling Adventure Hour on Facebook.